Hello and welcome. Today is the 9th day of July 2019. My name is Derek. This is the Money Charts channel where always all bets, trades, and of the like. Well, that's within each's own risk and their own reward. As we are seeing continuation of exitation on the 18 average of highs. As the session coming in on Monday was in that of a gain of 7.14%, up $819 so far today's session. Just slowly pausing, really close to a pause, so it's like a pause day, but it's still continued progression higher. Just lower rate of ascent, only up 2% or 246 amongst the day's session, and then now retrieving or making its way back to this key Fibonacci line at the 12,930 handle. And then the previous high, as well as coming in at the high 13,000 change level on the 1/3 day time frame, or in that of the single hour, leaving its 18 a few periods ago, and then just going a little bit of sideways here, the slowing its rate of ascent, but doing so above the 18 average. It attempted to get above it in here, well, it did, of course, but it successfully went through its correctionary phase, higher low to this level here, and then the attempted breakout didn't succeed here, but it did succeed at this point here. And not moving up higher, okay, yeah, get to this level. Maybe it's a small level of resistance, maybe it's a big, and I mean that's the whole point. It's very difficult to tell at this stage because when you have a spot of successful correctionary moves in a bull market where all offs are guilty until proven innocent, this thing could just break it and have a phenomenally decent move working out towards the upside. On the 3 hour term time frame, and I'm going to use this on the Binance using all these other Fibonacci lines in here. And we're getting up above this level. We've seen it support this key level, really not resisting it. And here's an interesting spot where it pierced below. It's a rare spot. It happens here where it pierced below the 12,859 level, pulling back. But maybe it's going to make its move above here. It's looking to me as if it's showing a lot of strength within the 18 average of highs, so it wouldn't surprise me if something like that were to do so or take place. Within the Bitcoin dominance, I drew a line in at 67.39. It's close to 67 on this here as I calculate the Fibonacci upside from this high to this low. So we'll see if it's going to make its move towards that level, and these markets go up, they go down. That's what these things will do. I'm expecting a serious move on the opposite direction to take place. But when I say that with any market, when you know that that's the case, the one thing you always got to keep in mind is, okay, well, what point will it start going down at? 67.39, and then you could say 69, 71, 74, and with that, whatever, same thing with price. You could think of just any random code. If something's up a lot and it's at 200, that's going to come down. Well, it might come down at that point. It might come down when it's at 800 or 1400. That's one of the ways you got to look at that as well. So how high this can go is another way of putting it. I'm not really sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does continue to go up to at least come in or around, probably pierce extra above that number. Now moving on to ratio trading, and one of the ones I made two trades on today was LITECOIN and Komodo. As it's now at a ratio of 77 and 3/4, that means you need that many Komodo to acquire one LITECOIN. And there is no Komodo LITECOIN cross exchange you can trade it on, but you technically can via that. You sell one for like Bitcoin or Ethereum or Binance Coin or whichever cross you choose, and then you buy the other, just back and forth. And over, well, the last little over a week, going back to June 28th, this is how some of the ratios have moved. 85 up to 92, so I'd sell here, sell, buy back, sell, buy, buy, buy. Oh, goes up, I sell, goes up some more, I sell. And then it went down to 72 and back up to 78.69. Right now it's 77.74. I'm reviewing this on, and let's just now look at this on a different time frame, say 3 day. you do see a lot of these up and down choppiness kind of action. And well, when it comes down to it, the more of that you can take advantage of, well, the better off it's going to be. For when situations like this happen, it goes up and down like this. Well, this is an awesome opportunity to sell up here, and then we'll just get Litecoin back as it goes down lower. Sell up here, buy on the way down, so on and so forth. But on an intraday level, it makes it so much easier when you have a lot of these nice up and down sort of swings, which you can kind of see in here. And across like Litecoin and Theta, well, back in March it was down to the low 300s, and it's been for the last little bit hanging around with around 1,000. But will this market setup tell us that we're maybe going to go down, at least maybe even just to a conservative level to 850? And in the case when this goes down, that means I'd be selling Theta for Litecoin and opposite on the way up. But as far as chart action is concerned, what do I see here within how the 18 is acting? And what I see is the momentum went sideways, starting to decline, gets up to the 18 highs, and now starting to get out down below, or it looks like it's leaving it. It's still got to get down by this level of support. But if you day trade it like this, you can say, okay, I'm going to take an aggressive play. I'm going to make a trade where I will now sell Litecoin for Theta for this, and then play it back. That's some things that can be done. There are so many different methods that can be used for getting profits or profiting from the volatility that these markets contain. And well, we'll see. But yeah, just something to point out as far as this chart is concerned. November 30th, that was that date in here where Theta had that huge move going to 3,600. So if you happen to be alert in that situation, it would have been, oh, sell Theta, sell Theta, sell Theta, and instantly buying it back. And then again, of course, Theta had that incredible run the second time, and it was a progressed run. In this case, it progressively worked its way back to that previous low. And then, of course, since then, Litecoin has been in charge. And well, something I've said before, markets go up and markets go down. And well, it's been going up. Now it might not. This might not be the bottom. Maybe we find support in here. Maybe it's a failed breakdown, and we're going to go up to 12, 1600. I don't know. But regardless of the fact, I'll just trade accordingly either way. And then when viewing this on an hourly time frame showing a lot of candles, you can see some of this nice up and down choppy action, especially down in here when it goes down to 626, back up to 937, back down to 720. But even amongst just these little small maneuvers here and there, like just this little one here, 1020 down to 950. Here's another spot on May the 23rd, 24th, 829, down to 640, back up. This is all hourly. Let's look back at a few previous ones as well. Back on March the 9th, we had it up to 438, and there's a credible fall immediate to 329, and then working it even lower to 280. And then this fast move back, and it only took a couple days to get those buybacks. So everything you sold buyback, you're just getting free plays as far as even shorter term moves along the way. If you were able to sell up near 370, the lowest it came down to 320. That's still like for 15 or so percent of a move just from this high to this low. And even this little one in here, we can see it goes up to 450 change and down into the threes below 400. So that would be, I mean, it's barely over 10%. And for some people, that's like nothing. But of course, just showing the opportunities that are available. Another one here on February the 7th, as it was at 482, the nice little pop to 640, give it right back. Nice little small up and down moves along the way as well. Here's another one where it's like 460 or so up to 540. Another one here just after Christmas on December the 28th was at 645, and then it just pops right back down to 540. Didn't have that long, but you had some time to do it. From like 1900 hours to like 23, so for the rest of the night, if you were there to get it, you could get the 545 price. And well, it didn't take long to get all those back again. And just before Christmas on December 21st, 6:30, same sort of deal here again, and then back higher. And we're just before this is November 30th. We'll take a look at what it looked like here on the single hour. And it was a ratio of about, at the time, 629, and it just goes all the way down to 269. And in time, of course, all of this able to be purchased back. Let's move on next to the cross between Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin. You need 3.5 Litecoin for 1 Bitcoin Cash right now. And the yearly volatility, at least starting back at from here December 17th, you go from 3 up to about 7. Then in March down to 296. Earlier in May up to about 4 2/3. Recently down to 2 3/4. Now at 3.5. And that's so far the intra-year volatility, which is just past, well past the halfway point when we start the aspect at December the 18th. Litecoin and DGB has been all Litecoin this year. We started the year off around 2,900. Now it's at 9,100. It was as high as around 11,000. Look at this on a 3-day term time frame. Heck, this was as high as like even 20,000. But it's also been lower as well too. These markets go up, they go down, and of course in time we'll see how well this continues on going forward. But yeah, these moves just take advantage of back and forth movements. In ratio trading, if one goes straight up in one direction, obviously you're going to be selling the one going higher. And it could work out that even though you are gaining coins, you are going to be really losing a little bit on coins going higher. But in the long run, if you're like, oh my goodness, you're selling all of this Litecoin on the way higher, it's like, wow, I have so much DGB, I have so much Litecoin, and then this happens, you're like, thank God, you're thinking. And now, same thing might be happening here if this goes to like 14. I'd be thinking that if this goes to 14, 15, come on, go down. But until then, I'm just going to keep trading on how the numbers work out. The Dash and Theta volatility. We had a high of like 1600 at the 1700 at the start of the year. In March, it goes down to 427, and it's doing in a range now between 1470 and 1000. So that's the volatility means to me, even in worst case scenarios, if you're just grinding away, oh, I can gain like 40, 50% tokens, coins, 70% a year. Because if you grind away here and there, that's probably what you'd end up getting, which is better than a lot of interest rates would be. But I believe situations of pretty large moves can come into place where you can take advantage of just great swings. Now, looking back in here, when you have these types of moves again, going from 17 to 23, down to 12, up to here, your portfolio value here compared to here is so much better, or noticeably better anyway, because obviously you would sell maybe here, maybe you sold here, and then maybe you have a buy back here. Maybe you're able to sell here, buy here, sell here, buy here. Maybe you buy here, maybe you buy here, and then you sell here, you sell here, maybe you sell here. Maybe you buy here, maybe you don't, but either way you're going to be selling in here. And like we stated, with all the trades back and forth, you would notice that you would be looking a lot better amongst your portfolio. And then in the case again where you look at where you were at this stage and where you are at this stage, you're doing a lot better because of all the different swing crosses that you've been able to transpire during that time. And here's just one random one I brought up that I'm not trading, which is EOS and Cardano. Currently the ratio is at about 75. And along the way, we've had just quick moves ups and downs like this. Maybe I got Coinbase data. That probably should be changed. So let's go here. And go like that. Maybe I'll get better data this way. But yeah, within this, yeah, it's still says Coinbase, but move up to 96, back down to 66, and well, if you look at it from this perspective, when you're at 75 here, If you were to just buy EOS and Cardano and just wait and hold, wait for the good times, which obviously haven't happened yet for these prices. Well, along the way, you'd be buying and selling back and forth, so you'd have a better ownership today than you would have had here on April 22nd when the ratio happened to be the same. Really, that's to me the whole point of trading these coins in this manner. And of course, the fact that within Bitcoin, the uh, the fees and taking it off the exchanges, even taking it off of your when you own the private keys, your wallet yourself, are quite high. I like to work within coins where the fees are very low, and thus use Bitcoin as a means to an end, as in their a cross exchange to buy one to sell another. So in this case, I'm going to be, say this goes up and I'm going to be selling EOS. So I'm going to sell EOS for Bitcoin. Then whatever Bitcoin I get, I'm going to buy Cardano. And then that's my ratio. My ratio is what, how many I sold divided by the other amount that I bought. So I'll finish it off by showing the Litecoin Goat chain. And thank you for tuning in to this video. And again, you can see different ideas of how you can see the volatility here, going from 73 down to 63, and just having its moves in what has been Litecoin's favor throughout pretty much the entire year. And thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye bye.